Muy bien. Así me había quedado acá. Ándale.
Shh. So, everyone got that? They'll never see this coming. We'll catch them totally off guard.
Leave it to us. We'll show them what we're made of.
Milani, Kinich, what are you doing here?
Oh, Traveler, Paimon, it's you! Just between us, we're discussing our strategy for the next half of the exhibition. But as for the details, those will have to stay a secret. After all, we'll be...
What about you guys? You seem like you're in a hurry.
We're on the trail of an extremely rare and elusive cuckoosaur.
Rare and elusive? In that case, we can help with the search. That description of the location's way too vague. The scenery around here is all pretty much the same. Without anyone to help out, it'll take you forever. What does the cuckoosaur look like?
Ligero y volador.
Nothing more specific than that?
Se supone que lo reconoceremos en cuanto lo veamos.
Alright, well in that case, let's split up.
I'll check the higher ground and see if anyone over at the Flower Feather clan has any ideas.
I'll follow the river then.
Sounds like it's my time to shine. As Kinich will tell you, I'm a born hunter with the eyes of...
I haven't got anywhere else to be either. I'll take a stroll nearby and see if I can spot anything.
Awesome, thanks everyone.
Don't mention it. Anyway, we'd better get going. Catch you in a bit.
La medicina nacida de la culpa. A ver. Ah, no, todavía no me deja. Todavía no me deja usar los otros personajes. Ta madre. No, está muy arriba. Pregunta a estos güeyes. ¿Qué ácida era esta fruta? Prueba esta, es súper dulce. Hola. Hola, ¿necesitas algo? ¿Han visto a un cucusaurio ligero y volador? Ah, hablas de ese pequeño. Estos cucusaurios me entenderían a la primera. ¿En serio ligero y volador son dos características tan distintivas? A veces aparece por aquí, pero siempre lo hace a hurtadillas para que nadie lo vea. Suele estar él solo, posado en algún peñasco, observando el horizonte y pensando en a saber qué. Ah, recuerdo haberlo visto siguiendo a un humano hace un par de días. Vaya, eso no es algo que ocurra todos los días, normalmente no quiere acercarse a nadie. Entonces, ¿hay alguna posibilidad de encontrarlo? Yo en tu lugar me olvidaría de esa idea. Ese jovencito va y viene cuando quiere. ¿Por qué no te comes un poco de esta fruta con nosotros? Jajaja, vamos, prueba esta, está súper dulce. Está bien, gracias. De momento la búsqueda no está haciendo nada fructuosa. Tendré que esperar a ver si Maulani y Kinich tienen mejor suerte que yo. Reúnete con Maulani o Kinich.
Anything on your end, Kinich?
Nope.
Cuckosaurs all look so similar. They all look bright and furry to me. I mean, what could possibly be lighter? Their wings.
I didn't find anything either.
Kukusaur you're after. Are you in a hurry to find him? If you need a hand, I can come back and join the search again tomorrow.
Quizá realmente se esté escondiendo de nosotros. Pensar en un plan alternativo.
Okay, well, if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out. That's what friends are for, after all.
I told my friends over at the Flower Feather Clan to keep an eye out. If they see anything, they'll let you know. So, what's your next move?
Creo que regresaremos a los Augares, viento nocturno.
All right, I'll update them.
Come to think of it, Auroron could probably rig up a few traps and snag him that way.
It's not like Auroran's traps can catch just anything, you know?
You never know. Might as well ask him if you get the chance. Anyway, we'll be heading back now. Best of luck.
Okay then, see you later. And thanks for your help.
Vamos a regresar a los Augares, viento nocturno. Está hasta acá. Es para allá.
Let me...
Kachina, see Lolly, what's up?
We haven't managed to find anything. No one seems to know what actually happened. Any luck with your mysterious Kukusaur?
Nada. Parece que no aparecerá fácilmente.
In that case, I'd suggest we set this aside for now. It would be great if we could get to the bottom of this, but not every historical mystery can be unwrapped. We must also learn to live with the unknown. Just remember, as long as we stick together, no challenge will ever... Yeah, I'm sure everything will work out. Still, after all this investigating, it feels a bit disappointing to come up empty-handed.
Finally, dudes. Found you.
Aoife, what brings you?
Can each mention you were on the lookout for a Kukusaur? Just so happens a strange Kukusaur has been following me the past few days.
Un cucosaurio extraño, cuéntanos más.
No clue why, but this dude's been on my tail ever since I got back from the Children of Echoes. Not gonna lie to you, bro, it's kind of freaky. His footsteps are totally silent, and after dark, all you can see is a silhouette. So I didn't even realize he was there until Kakuku suddenly flipped out last night when he went for a drink. His squawking woke me up, and that's when I finally spotted a shadowy shape outside the window.
That sounds terrifying.
I could tell it was a little Kukusaur from the shape. After observing him more closely, I figured out that he'd been following me the whole time, but that he'd just been too quiet to notice. Not sure if that's the dude you're looking for, but if so, you're more than welcome to get him off my back. The sooner the better.
Oh, wait a second. Does that...
Yep, dude's probably hiding right behind that tree.
Do you think we should send someone over to take a look?
It's okay, I've got this.
Les dio culo.
What the... Guys, get over here, quick! There's nothing scary about this.
¿Tiene crías?
Wait, surely that's...
Es igual que los abuelos de Ayo. Un espíritu de saurio. Gru Gru. No me extraña que Neyan lo describiera como ligero y volador. Se le reconoce al instante, no como a otros cucusaurios. Debe ser el misterioso amigo de Milray, el mismo que difundió el rumor de que los cristales sacrofuego retuercen el corazón de las personas.
Wait, shouldn't he have returned to the ley lines? Haven't they been fixed? There are many possible reasons, but right now it's...
So why have you been tailing me, bro? If it's treatment you want, can't do much for you, man. Sorry.
Grrr.
He ran off!
Do you think he wants us to follow him? Oh, if only we had a Kukusaurus on hand.
Hey, that's a good point. Where is Kakuku today?
He was so spooked last night that he rattled through every single word he's ever learned and then fainted. He was still out cold when I left.
All right, enough chit chat. Let's just follow him. It looks like he wants to take us.
Siguen el espíritu del pequeño cucusaurio hasta llegar bastante lejos. Órale.
Why have you brought us here?
So, is there something buried here? Or you want us to dig it up?
Se acaban y se desentierran una vieja caja.
These are woven scrolls, yes. Albeit very crudely made and heavily time-worn as a result. Still, they're just about legible. They seem to document the very last Bloomflower trial. Come, let's read them together. These might just contain the answers we've been searching for this whole time.
So, have you figured out a way to save him? Indeed, I have. As far as I can tell, we need ocean zephyrs and sacred flame crystals. That's great news. Don't worry, little guy. Well, it's not every day that the chief himself drops by to check in on your Saurian buddy. Not so busy these days, huh? You know I'd come even if I was. You're my brother, man. I heard you've been beside yourself since Antu fell ill. I mean, Antu means the world to me. I promise to stay by his side until the day he's fully grown, ready to spread his wings and soar freely through the skies. I mean, with him around, I've never felt lonely traveling through Natland. Sometimes he's happy, and other times he's sad. Sometimes he has tantrums, but then he'll curl up beside me when I'm down. And right now, he needs me more than ever. I'll draw upon everything I've ever learned to help him get through this. I salute your courage and wisdom, brother. But these sacred flame crystals you mentioned, are you sure they'll do the job? Well, I've studied the essence of the sacred flame and read various related scrolls. Sacred flame crystals are born from intertribal conflict. Back when the tribes were somewhat united, they would occasionally hold bloomflower trials in order to obtain them. Seems like I've still got lots to learn, despite being chief. So, how can we use them? Is it really worth holding a whole competition just to get... Research on sacred flame crystals has been patchy to say the least, so there's never been a definitive conclusion. What we know for sure is that they can be used to treat certain chronic phlogiston-related illnesses. Others also say that they can be used to enhance a warrior's strength. There's something... Enhance a warrior's strength? It's speculative at best. We need to analyze an actual specimen to know for sure. As far as I'm concerned, as long as they can be used to cure Antu's illness, that's enough. So you asked the chiefs of all the tribes to send people to take part in a scaled-down version of the Bloomflower trials? Remarkable that they agreed, given it wasn't so long ago that we were at each other's throats. Tensions are running high right now. If I were you, I wouldn't have had the courage to even ask. I know, but I had no other choice. Fortunately, I've treated patients from every tribe, so the chiefs agreed as a way of returning the favor. With all this ongoing strife, it's been a long time since we've worked together on anything. This might be a good chance for reconciliation. Fighting side by side for a common cause. That's the way Natland was always meant to be. Let's hope so. By the way, what's with all this baggage? Heading out on a long journey or something? I'm heading out to search for ocean zephyrs. In the meantime, I'll leave the trials in your capable hands. Just... please. Come on, that goes without saying. Rest assured, I'm your brother after all. Thank you. And Antu, be good while I'm gone, okay? Once I return with the ingredients, you'll be back on your feet and running around in no time.
Himara! How could you stoop so low, ambushing us on the field like that?
Ambushing? You've no one but yourself to blame for underestimating us.
So what's all this fuss about?
Even if that was remotely true, your guys went way over the line. 7 of our warriors were so badly injured that they're still out cold as we speak. The Flower Feather clan must compensate us for our losses. Hand over the sacred flame crystals.
And what, we'll hand him over after all that? Just because you waggled some fingers and said some angry words?
Didn't you claim that we're holding these trials to save a Sixarian? Take what's necessary for the treatment, then return us.
Say something, Amara. We're not leaving until you give us some answers.
If the other elders were here, they wouldn't waste their time on such puerile questions. If anything, I just wish we'd managed to collect more crystals. There are always people who think they're so clever. So many contestants were just pocketing the ones they got in the trials. I'll bet your chiefs all have sweet little... Everyone was in a frenzy, snatching the crystals up wherever and whenever they could. We're hardly the only winners.
I get it now. Snatching the spoils while using the Bloomflower trials to weaken the other tribes. You planned this all along. Ugh, that Nampole. Can't believe I trusted him.
The children of Echoes will not forget this.
Brother, where's Antu?
Oh, you're back. Come, sit down.
Look, no need for that. I only came back to ask.
Rumors?
That the Bloomflower trial spiraled into an all-out bloodbath, sparking a heated dispute among the chiefs, and that no one was bothered in the slightest about Antu. By the time anyone noticed, he was already... How could you lie to me, Amara? You promised you'd make sure the Bloomflower trials went smoothly. Why would you resort to such underhanded tactics?
You think I had a choice? As soon as one person broke the rules, the whole thing became a free-for-all. Playing by the rules gets you nowhere in this world. If I hadn't taken things into my own hands, another tribe would have just swooped in and seized the winnings for themselves. These sacred flame crystals. They have limitless potential. I, for one, wouldn't miss a chance to strengthen our tribe.
I won't debate ethics with you. Where are the sacred flame crystals? Give me some. I'm going to search for Antu.
I've put them all into our research.
You did what?
I did set some aside for Antu in the beginning, but he ran off, didn't he? So there was no longer any need. He's your companion, yes, but the life of a single Saurian is nothing compared to the...
Hear, hear. You've certainly proven yourself a worthy chief, Imara. Your name will no doubt be etched into the hearts of the Flower Feather clan for generations to... Just remember this. No excuses can hide the harm your greed has inflicted. All the hope and trust that little guy placed in you, placed in me, you'll never know what...
Wait, Nampole! Where are you going?
Antu! Antu! Antu, it's me! Please! Answer me!
Pobre Anto. Así llegó, mira.
Antu, are you okay? Oh, I'm so sorry, Antu. This is all my fault. I'll think of another way. After that, I left the Flower Feather clan and lived here on this hill with Antu. He was running out of time. I took him from tribe to tribe, begging them to spare some sacred flame crystals, our last hope. But no one believed me anymore. I begged them again and again, enduring sneers, insults, even beating, until finally, Antu's time came. In those last few days, he seemed consumed by an overwhelming sorrow. And then I realized...
Qué culeros. No lo ayudaron.
I remember once, over at the Children of Echoes, someone approached us with a sacred flame crystal, flaunting.
Ah, this is what you're after, is it? Go beg your brother for some. How many did he snatch up for himself? He's the one who put you up to this whole I'm a victim charade. What are you? You little vulture!
For some reason, Antu harbored a deep and intense hatred for the sacred flame crystals. Whenever he saw one, he would muster up every last ounce of his dwindling. It wasn't until years after Antu's death that I finally guessed the truth. He must have witnessed people fighting over the crystals without comprehending why. Unable to fathom how those once cheerful humans had turned from best of friends to worst of enemies, he concluded that they must have been corrupted by the sacred flame crystals themselves. In Antu's eyes, the only reason they'd started collecting sacred flame crystals in the first place had been to save his life. If I hadn't been there, none of this would have ever happened. I too shall be bound by guilt for the rest of my days. If only I had taken part in the trials myself. If only I'd seen the greed in Amara's eyes, or even came back just a little bit sooner. But the past cannot be undone. I have immersed myself in the study of medicine and spent my life healing all kinds of saurians. I buried Antu here on this hill, where I too one day shall rest. Before my own time comes, I've recorded all of this on these broken scrolls in the belief that the truth should not lie buried. May those who come long after us learn from our errors, lest they repeat them. May the Natlan of their day be united as one, free once and for all.
Pobre Anto.
Medicine born of guilt.
So the non-pole from the scrolls was Aoife's ancestor? And that little Kukusaur spirit was once his saurian companion?
Seems so. That's why he's been following you around, Aoife. Even though he doesn't like appearing in front of anyone else. No wonder there weren't any records of the last Bloomflower trials. If anything corrupts the human heart, it's greed. And who'd want to immortalize the memory of a scandal by which all 6 tribe? The bitter irony is that the sacred flame crystals turned out to be nowhere near as miraculous as they believed. All that scheming, after what proved to be nothing.
Hey! Where's that little Kukusaur gone? Look! Over there! Do you think he's sad? Or maybe he's lost in his memories.
Lo traeré de vuelta. Iré en un rato con él.
Thanks. I might need a breather over here. I regret lingering for centuries, unfolding like this before my eyes. Can't believe I'm just now hearing my ancestor's story. I gotta think this through. What should I do?
No hay nada que puedas hacer. Espera, ¿esta es tu verdadera forma? ¿Puedes convertirte en humano? Increíble, ¿me podrías enseñar? Quiero hablar más con los humanos, pero parece que no les gusto. ¿Recuerdas lo que sucedió en aquel entonces? Sí, pero vagamente. Recuerdo que en ese momento me dolía mucho el cuerpo y que mi buen amigo Napole estaba muy preocupado. Luego me dejó de doler y empecé a sentirme ligero, pero ya no pude encontrarlo a él. Me escondía mientras seguía buscando sin parar. Mi cuerpo se volvía cada vez más frío, como si fuera a morir congelado. Afortunadamente encontré una cueva cálida. Me tumbé en ella y dormí durante mucho tiempo. Al despertar, el mundo parecía completamente diferente. ¿Una cueva? Sí, y en ella había muchas imágenes extrañas, algunas hasta se parecían un poco a mí. ¿Se estará refiriendo a las ruinas Fuentenigma? Es el lugar más cercano al reino de la noche. Tal vez su alma no se haya desvanecido porque estaba hibernando allí. Cuando salí de la cueva vi que esos malvados monstruos habían vuelto a atacar, así que fui a ayudar y fue entonces cuando conocí a Milray y Naya. Juntos dejamos a esos monstruos completamente desconcertados, jajaja. Luego enseñé a mis amigos cómo salir de allí y los monstruos no pudieron apartarlos. Después de eso los monstruos desaparecieron y pude escuchar vagamente a Napole llamándome para que fuera con él. Los monstruos desaparecieron. Debe de haber sido después de la batalla final contra el abismo. Las líneas ley se han recuperado, así que podríamos haber regresado al reino de la noche. Pero no fuiste con él, ¿verdad? Quiero hacerlo, pero mi rey contrajo la misma enfermedad que yo tenía y esto es muy preocupado por él. Napole dice que para curar la enfermedad se necesita cristales sacrofuego, pero esos cristales son malos. Cuando dos amigos están muy unidos, ponen sus manos en ellos, acaban teniendo fuertes discusiones. Todo el mundo empezó a comportarse de forma muy extraña, como si estuvieran hechizados. Entonces, ¿crees que todo lo que ocurrió fue culpa de los cristales sacrofuego? ¿Qué podría ser si no? Todos eran muy buenos amigos y también se preocupaban mucho por mí. Todo es culpa de los cristales. Ojalá pudieran lanzarlos todos en un volcán, pero lo necesitamos para curar a mi rey. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Tal y como Napole documentó en el pergamino de tela, Antu malinterpretó la realidad. Los cristales sacrofuegos no hechizaron a nadie, sino que la pelea ocurrió por culpa de la avaricia y las conspiraciones humanas. Pero, ¿qué podemos hacer por esta pobre criatura? ¿Decir la verdad? ¿Qué diferencia supondría para él saber la verdad? ¿Pasa algo? Parece un poco triste. No te preocupes, volvamos con los demás. No supe qué decir al ver la mirada de preocupación de Antu. Los tiempos han cambiado y la gente también. Es el único que sigue atrapado en el pasado. O sea que los cristales sacrofuegos es como el dinero, ¿no? Es una interpretación de que el dinero corrompe y esas cosas.
Never thought I'd have the chance to meet my ancestor's Saurian companion. It's a pretty cool feeling. Wouldn't you say so, bro?
Can he understand what you're saying?
Kinda. I can pick up on Antu's vibes, just like he catches ours, but that's pretty much it. That's just how it is with Saurian companions. You have to spend a lot of time together to develop an intuitive bond. If my ancestor were here, I'm sure they'd vibe way easier.
In other words, he wouldn't understand even if we discussed everything that went on back then in front of him, right?
I think it's probably better if he. I know that running from your problems isn't the way to solve them, and that we should face up to the challenges in our lives. But even if we told him the truth,
That's right. The people responsible, the ones who should have apologized to him, are no longer around.
Isn't there anything we could do to help him forget his sorrow and find hope once more?
Just like Nampol, I've spent a lot of time studying Saurian psychology. They can be a bit slow sometimes, but they're razor sharp at others. They don't get complex human language, but they get a lot just from reading our eyes. In short, young Saurians are just like children. On one hand, they rely on their human companions. On the other, they really want to prove their worth. Helping people makes them happy. And so, the best move isn't to get stuck on the truth of what happens, but to help make his current wishes come true.
His wishes?
For example, Antu, you decided to stay here because of Milray and Nyan, right? You're a smart kid. Sacred flame crystals are bad, bad things that cause endless arguments among good friends. But now, after hundreds of years, we've finally found a way to beat them. Will you join forces with us to cleanse the evil inside?
Interesting approach. You want to turn a lie into the truth, huh?
Dejando a un lado lo que estás intentando hacer, ¿crees que está entendiendo? ¿Cómo sabes que entiende lo que quiere decir?
Actually, I didn't really understand either. Is there?
Oh, dear child.
Mm.
Let Granny explain it to you.
Le explican a Cuchina el plan que se les ha ocurrido.
Oh, I get it now. Okay, I'll do my best.
Not so fast. Hate to break it to you, but the three of us can't make this happen. Let's meet up at the stadium in 2 days. We'll spread the word and see who's willing to play along. As for making Antu understand, Kakuku can help out. They'll have an easier time communicating.
Competición de la flora-fauna. Medicina. Mm. Y los saurios hacen como referencia a los perros, ¿no? Espera 2 días. Puta madre. Bueno, mientras voy a desbloquear algunos puntos. ¿Qué sería este?
Perfect weather for sipping a cup of tea while gazing out the window.
No te cuenta. A huevo. Tomé su forma del culero. Luego, por lo regular, las llaves están por acá, pero no creo. Oh, su madre. Gracias. ¿Y dónde queda esta madre? Dice que aquí. A lo mejor está acá abajo. No creo. ¿Quién sabe? Esta marca es la principal forma de distinguir a las leyendas locales de los enemigos normales. La fuerza de combate de las leyendas locales es muy superior a la de los otros enemigos, por lo que debes tener especial cuidado al enfrentarte a ellas. Órale, pa. Va. Huevo. Ya puedo volar por fin, güey. Bueno, no vuela así como que digamos, va bien pinche rápido, pero no era un efelante. O la oscuridad, mi vieja amiga. O es un niño que habla como un adulto, qué cosa más rara. Un momento, este es un magnífico magnifiquez. ¿Qué es un magnífico? De magnífico nada. Hola, soy oscuridad, tu vieja amiga. Parece un pescado seco, pobrecito. Oye, un poco de compasión humana, por favor. Agua, por favor, dame agua, gracias. Vaya, parece que está muriendo de nuevo. ¿Lo ayudamos? Ah, pues mejor me lo quito porque Grr, grr. Aguárdame agua, por favor. Gracias. Veamos a este chico que está tirado en el suelo, no tiene buena cara. Pero no me deja una obra de dramaturgo de Fontaine, Jean Brooklyn. Es tan gruesa que la gente de baja estatura podría usarla para parecer más alta. Una novela romántica escrita por Dorothy Lexon. En su portada descolorida hay una mujer tumbada en una cama que está rodeada de flores. Tras leer por encima del libro te sientes reconfortada y satisfecha, pero no aprendiste nada útil. Entonces es el jardinero de una casa o el cuñado del primo de su mejor amigo. Uf, qué dolor de cabeza. Sí, estoy ahí. Bueno, nada más voy a destapar la estatua de los 7. Me regreso. Wow. El mundo se abre para aquellos de noble corazón. Listo. Listo. Luego me tocaría allá y por allá. Recibir sus bendiciones. Ya. Espera. Honorario. Acá. En horario. Dice que 2 días, ¿no? En teoría ya me tienen que dejar. Sí. ¿Y a dónde vamos? Hacia abajo. Órale, están reunidos todos.
So sleepy.
Didn't sleep well?
Yeah, I blame Kachina. Being all mysterious about some gathering to discuss something important. I was so curious. How come it's so quiet today?
When I tried to wake him up this morning, his response was, "Leave me be, Mimi. Darest thou disturb the almighty Dragon Lord in our slumber?" I figured it'd be for the best.
Good thing you didn't tell him about our gathering. We could do without his gate crashing. Not late, am I?
Nope, you're right on time. So, Aoife, now that everyone's here,
Actually, today
What's up? Why are you so serious all of a sudden?
it's a long story.
Ifa cuenta lo ocurrido en la prueba gloriosa del siglo. Al escuchar una historia tan trágica, todos parecen
Bloodshed
alicaídos.
between the tribes. That seems almost unthinkable today. But it was an everyday occurrence in that era. Even working together on something was impossible.
Ay, sí. ¡Ay, carácter! Una guerrera Varesa, una guerrera de Teotihuacán, que tiene un huerto y vive una vida sencilla y bucólica. Normalmente es muy dulce y tranquila, pero cuando pelea se pone una máscara que le vuelve extraordinariamente vehemente y capaz de derrotar a los rivales sin piedad. El precio de su gran poder es un gran apetito que la hace lidiar con enemigos y comida con la misma ferocidad. También es una participante habitual de super concursos de comida.
There have always been disputes, but once they escalated into fully fledged clashes between tribes.
And that little Kukasaur Antu believes that the sacred flame crystals harbored some kind of evil power that lay at the root of these intertribal, and that led to all the later misunderstandings. At this point, it would be nigh impossible to explain the truth to him. Granny's right. It would only make him suffer.
That said, Antu will naturally sense that something's off once you've collected enough sacred flame crystals. He'll see that no one has been corrupted, and that all is as it should be. At that point, he would realize the truth of what happened in the past, even as...
Exactly. That's why we came up with a plan. When the second half of the tournament wraps up, we'll have enough sacred flame crystals. That's when I want everyone to act like the crystals have messed with us and start arguing.
Ooh, acting! That sounds fun!
Then, we'll bring Antu over to cast a spell of unity to cleanse all the bad vibes within the sacred flame crystals and bring everyone back to their senses. Of course, neither the evil power or the magic are real. We've got to make the little dude think he's done something awesome.
Yeah, I get where you're going with this. The best way to make up for regrets is to do what you failed to do before. We'll recreate that scene from his past, only this time, he'll get the chance to rewrite the future. So, how exactly are we going to do this? Is there anything we can...
once, when I was reading a foreign book, I came across something called an interactive play designed specifically for kids. The story usually features a showdown between a hero and a villain, with twists and turns throughout. Just as things reach a climax, the hero will pretend to be losing and ask. Then the children all raise their hands, lending their power to the hero and helping them defeat the villain. For the adults watching, it's just a performance. But the children will walk away feeling happy for days. At that age, happiness doesn't come from material rewards, but from a heart that believes.
Oh, true. I can totally relate. When I helped out at my parents' shop as a kid, they would always intentionally leave me some simple tasks, like dusting down the shelves or making sure that... Then they'd shower me with praise when I was finished, saying stuff like, "Good job, Mulani, you're a genius." And the funny thing is, it always made me super happy.
Spot on. That's exactly it. We want to make Antu feel the same way a kid who just helped a hero would. Lessen his regret and pain before he moves on. Besides, Milray already heard the rumors about the sacred flame crystals from him. If we don't dispel the curse right in front of him, he might refuse to take the medicine. But we can't pull off a show like that with just us. That's why I'm asking for your help.
We'll probably need about 5 more people. I mean, there are 5 more spots.
You have my board. I'm probably the best at arguing here. We get some pretty rude customers in our shop, and I've had to develop quite a few communication skills to deal with.
You have my... cabbages? I can help prepare some props and special effects, like smoke to mimic the...
And my flame strider.
Oh, you're joining too, Archon?
A fuerza me van a dar a
resonated
contra.
with me when Lolly mentioned the clash between heroes and villains. And unlike the heroes in those plays, I've borrowed strength from all of you in the real world. And we've overcome powerful foes together as a result.
Well, if Mika's on board, then you have my hammer. I'm really interested in the part where we pretend to argue.
Let's see. We've got our actors, and the stage is set. Now we need a direct.
Why are you all looking at me?
Consider it our vote of confidence, Kenichi.
Fine. Then you have my grappling hook. I haven't.
So, that's everyone then. In that case, Varessa and I will take care of the cleanup.
Sorry, guys. I'd love to sign up, but I already promised.
As for me, if I see you all arguing, I wouldn't be able to resist stepping in.
And I'm just really bad at acting. I'd be so stiff, the game would be up, but I'll stay and help the Saurians search for Ocean Zephyrs. Once they've brought enough back, I'll join you as soon as I can. As our Archon herself often says, we all have our own part to play.
That's right. All right. Once the second half of the exhibition match is over, we'll split into 2 teams and play our respective part.
Great! Let's make the second half an even more exciting fight. That way, we'll be able to collect more sacred. I've even come up with a secret strategy that's sure to catch you all off guard.
After centuries, we're holding the Bloomflower trials once more. I hope that this time we can bring them to a close. Are you all confident that we can do this?
Yeah!
Then let's get this show on the road.
Sí, espectaculazo. El hechizo de la unidad.
Alright, looks like everyone's here. Time for a strategy meeting. Ugh, why do they keep picking battlefields covered in mountains that need climbing?
¿Qué vas a tener que escalar?
If you're worried about getting tired, I can just fly you straight to the top. Launching a surprise attack on their base would also be a good tactic.
I'll use smoke to sow confusion amongst their ranks. Then you guys can just charge in and beat the living daylights out of them.
It'll be over as soon as...
Qué espectaculazos.
Let's all just calm down for a moment. We don't even know what their formation will be like. Besides, if we don't deal with nearby opponents first,
Sin prisa
our main
pero
base
sin
could be at
pausa.
risk.
Comenzaremos por el campamento del pie de la montaña.
But the area nearby is full of rocks. Looks like they're trying to block our path. That's nothing. Let's just charge straight through. Come on, time for a warm-up.
Puedo cambiar a... ¡Ojoy! A ver. ¿Puedo trepar? Creo que sí. A fuerzas. Si hacía falta una así, Ataca a los vástagos del eco. No me va a dejar pasar. A ver. Ah, esta tiene super velocidad, ¿no? Pero este güey.
Not too far now.
Creo que no es. Ahí está. Son esos, ¿no?
I'll stop you in your tracks. Finish this fast.
Hold on.
Tome, perro.
blown away.
Don't worry, everyone. We can do it.
A ver.
Control breathing. Start the clock. That's more like it. I gotta fall back for now.
Como corre. Bien en vergüenza el amor.
We've secured the Children of Echo's base. Time to head up the mountain. All tuckered out. Let me give you a hand. Ready to the rescue! Now that's what Paimon calls...
Granny's not here to check if I've been slacking, is she?
A ver, déjame pongo esta. Como que esta va a ser mi favorita. Pero me supongo que alguno tiene que romper esta madre. A ver, ya vimos que no es esta. Esta tampoco. Bájate. Puede ser esta, ¿no? Sí. Y ahora usamos este güey. No puedes... ¿Qué? Ataca la base del pueblo de manantiales. No la entiendo. A ver si mejor me llevo esta. Perfecto.
Find a way to hold them off.
Control breathing. Foot first. On my mark.
Perfecto. Esta morrita es bien rápida.
Nice, another one in the bag.
Something's wrong. There are far fewer people in their base
Saurio
than expected.
encerrado.
And Mualani hasn't put in an appearance.
Uh-oh, not good. The people of the Springs took back the base we just captured. And even worse, they're sending troops to attack our main base.
Huh. That girl has some moves. Looks like we'll have to split our forces to hold off their counterattack. Don't worry. I'll handle Mualani. She still owes me for wrecking my front door. You just focus on moving forward. You're a lifesaver, Granny Seat Lolly. We can rest easy knowing you're here covering the...
Thanks, Granny. We've got this.
Y el hechizo de la unidad ataca la base de los retoños. A ver, vete rápido. Ya malgasté su habilidad. Ah, pero no me va a dejar ir por allá. A ver. Esta.
How is this not over yet? How many people do they have in reserve?
Splitting their forces into smaller squads to slow our advance and undermine our morale. Very clever.
Doors over. Doors over.
Otra vez. Vamos.
Looks like the scions of the canopy space is on the other side of that cliff.
Ooh, does that mean it's finally time for the big showdown?
That cliff top's very high up. Whatever you do while you're flying over, don't look down.
Look down.
I knew that wouldn't stop you. Let's have our weapons do the talking.
Órale va.
Alright, let's finish this fast.
Here comes another. Farewell. Go. You're free now. This was new. This isn't over yet.
You act.
I will. Stand down.
Knock them down.
I will. Stand down.
Todavía falta una.
We'll take it from here. Control breathing.
The fight is done. Sound the retreat.
Perfecto.
The fruits of victory today. As I've grown myself. At least I.
Estaba aquí, ¿verdad? Pero participa en la segunda exhibición del duelo. Si es aquí, ¿no? No. Dice 290. Se hace hasta acá. Me queda más cerca es esta de acá. Para volar hasta allá va a estar en cabrón. Ahí está, descánsate. Listo, sigue. Qué buena vista. Creo que ya llegas. Participa en el duelo de exhibición. Uy.
Alright, looks like everyone's here. Time for a strategy meeting. Ugh, why do they keep picking battlefields covered in mountains that need climbing?
Tú quieres de tener
If you're
que
worried about
escalar.
getting tired, launching a surprise.
I'll use smoke to sow confusion amongst their ranks. Then you guys can.
These two aren't even.
Let's all just calm down for a moment. We don't even know what their formation will be like.
But the area nearby is full of rocks. Looks like.
That's enough. Come on. Let's fly. I'll stop you in your tracks.
Show me your courage! Stick around!
Coach will take it from here. Harder. Quick as a flash.
Forget!
Don't worry, everyone.
Be free. Time to say hello.
We've got to fall back for now.
Perfecto.
Excellent. We've secured the Children of Echo's base. Time to all tuckered out. Let ready to the
Hold on to your hats.
No era esa, era esta. Qué buena vista. ¿De qué ángulo estamos? No, de cualquier ángulo. Bueno. Ahora sí, llama tú esa cosa. No, se mató de la altura.
Find a way to hold them off. Faster, stronger. Let's move.
Rápido.
Nice, another one in the bag.
Something's wrong. There are far fewer people in their base.
Uh-oh, not good. The people of the Springs took back the base we just captured. And even worse, they're sending troops to attack our main base.
Huh. That girl has some moves. Looks like we'll have to split our forces to hold off their don't worry. I'll handle Mualani. She still owes me for wrecking my front door. You just focus on moving forward. You're like...
Thanks, Granny. We've got this.
How is this not over yet?
Pull up a good
How many people do they have in reserve?
Splitting their forces into smaller squads to slow our advance and undermine our morale. Very clever.
Start the clock! Harder! Door's over.
Perfecto.
Looks like the scions of the Canopy's base is on the other side of that cliff.
Ooh, does that mean it's finally time for the big showdown?
That cliff top's very high up. Whatever you do while you're flying over, don't look down.
I knew that wouldn't stop you.
Alright, you finish this fast.
Tomen prueba.
Quick as a flash.
Let's move.
This isn't over yet.
Tell me what you see. Time to go.
The fight is done. Sound the retreat.
Listo.
The fruits of victory taste almost as sweet as ones I've grown myself. At least I...
Wow, that explains why you were so fired up today.
Auroron! Since when has your granny ever gone around scolding people like some sort...
Anyway, good workout, huh?
You can say that again. It's not every day you get to enjoy the thrill of battle.
You youngsters sure love a good brawl, huh? Once this is all over, I think I'll need a few days at home to lie down and recover.
Thanks, Granny. Without your support, who knows what might have happened.
I'll have you know that Mualani didn't pull any punches during our little skirmish just now. Next time she shows up at my place asking for a favor...
Shows that everyone really was giving it their all. Anyway, after all that, surely we've collected enough sacred flame crystals now.
We have indeed. Let's gather them up and head back. Next up, time for our little play. Aoife, this should be enough, right?
Yeah, plenty. Maybe more than we can even use.
Oh, that's great news. Just goes to show how fired up everyone was. Let's set the remainder aside and next up, the main event. When do we start?
Just a sec. Before we roll the cameras, let's break it all down one more time. Shortly, you'll all take the sacred flame crystals and place them in front of Milray and Naiad. Then, once Kanich gives the signal, Aurora, that'll be the cue to start fighting. Once things get real heated, we'll bring Antu in and have him cast. Afterwards, Auroron will clear his black mist, and then we all go back to chilling with each other. And
Relax. I've played it all through in my head many times now.
great, then let's do this.
Oh, finally! We've got all the sacred flame crystals we need. Don't worry.
It's just like Aoife said. He looks very reluctant.
As long as he sees us dispel the curse with his own eyes, we'll be all right. Let's proceed.
Hey, Mualani. That's weird.
Special effects team, get in position.
On the case.
Now, time to get squabbling. As agreed, we'll start with Mualani.
You've got this, Mualani. Leave it to me. I'm gonna give you a piece of my mind. You hear me? I never have thought you'd do something so terrible, could you?
What did I do again?
That is a good question. Let me.
I thought you said you were a natural at this.
I am, but I'm struggling to come up with a reason to argue. How am I supposed to tap into old talents when I'm drawing blank? If this goes on much longer, even the little Saurians will realize something's up. Don't get caught up on the reasons for an argument. Just start by setting the atmosphere. Don't panic. I'm thinking. Kachina! You stand accused of the heinous crime of... When we went out for a picnic last night, you ate the last Saurus cracker. How could you have done such a... Oh, sorry. I mean... So... No. You just don't get it. The one...
Good. He's starting to buy it. Time to turn up the heat.
Mualani, isn't it about time you paid up for wrecking my door?
Oh, seriously? You're bringing this up now? You promised to let it go...
And when might that have been?
The last time we had dinner, like I said! We were over at the People of the Springs, and you'd had just a teensy bit too much to drink. Wait, hold on. Have you genuinely forgotten?
Is this what sacred flame crystals can do? It's like you've all been... Surely our only hope now is for me to...
Ay.
Damn it, Mawika. Do you even have any idea how long I've had to put up with your nonsense? Without so much as a heads up, you just dumped some pile of design schematics in my workshop that you'd gotten from who knows where, and then tell me to build you that flame rider or whatever. Then you drive it into the wilderness every single day, and then whenever it breaks down, you send it straight back to me for repair. Even when I'm on... Oh, and not to mention your special sunglasses and that precious sword of yours that's impervious to even the hottest of flames. Do you need me to make a list?
La pelea ya se hizo real.
Or is Shilonen's acting pretty convincing?
She might be the only one who's not actually acting, Kachina.
So sleepy. Why didn't you wake...
And from now on, I am not taking any more work during holidays, and you're banned from showing up at my vacation spots.
Wait a minute. I remember now. You were the one who kept encouraging me to drink more, trying to get me drunk so you could write off some old debts, huh? Smooth moves, Mualani. Figured out some tricks to use on old Granny, have you?
Well, would you look at that? Oh, these little pipsqueaks suddenly at each other's throats. Oh, what a golden opportunity this could be. Listen up, everyone. Arguing won't solve any problems, so let's settle this with a good old-fashioned fight to the death. Kanich! Let's start with Kanich. Who's got it in for Kanich? Huh? Whoa, what's wrong? What?
Oh, perfect timing.
You. Well, you're the worst. You wasted an entire bucket of ice by taking... And you ate all those crackers I baked. I spent the whole night preparing them.
Always yelling at the top of your lungs. You're a permanent earache and a pipe.
No list would suffice to record the horrible things you've done.
Whoa! Time out! Why is this all suddenly aimed at me?
Oh, how could this be? The argument's spiraling out of control. I can no longer cleanse the evil power within the sacred flame crystals. If this goes on much longer, continues for much longer. Oh, yeah.
¿Cómo?
This goes on much longer. Natlan will be... We're so close. If only a brave hero would step forward. Good thing I wrote that all down in advance. Hopefully I sold it.
That's us. You ready, Antu? Antu?
Ya lo traumaron, en vez de ayudarle lo traumaron más.
There's no need to save him. Think of what we could accomplish with all those sacred flame crystals.
Fine by me. Let's settle our old scores today. Once and for all. What right do you children of Echoes think you have to point fingers at us? How many times have you wronged us over the years?
Bunch of liars and cowards, banding together like the vermin you are.
Never have the heavens smiled down upon those who live by the rules. If something's worth having, you've gotta take it by force.
I should never have believed you.
No quiero que me ayuden y no quiero los cristales sacrofuego. Por favor, dejen de pelear.
Antu!
You're up, bro. This ends now. We're here to save the day.
Evil power that corrupts the human heart? There's no place for you in Natlan. We will stand united and face the years ahead together. Fly, my dude, fly! Cast the spell of unity, just like I taught you.
Hechizo de unidad que te enseñé.
Now, got it.
The path of fate lies bleak. Walls rise in human hearts. Yet those walls we shall break, and we will march on. From this day forth, may worldly strife be...
What in the... Look, the evil power is fading.
The magic's working.
Grain fruit chips taste so much better with sweet cheese. That's not even up for debate.
I think you'll find that salted cheese is the classic. The first and best choice in...
Cheese! That's just for kids. I'd never go near it. Well, I guess you're not completely wrong. They have a unique flavor with salted cheese, too. The perfect storytime snack.
Also great with a glass of wine. Though sweet cheese with a splash of liqueur works well, too.
Con un poco de licor.
Let's have another get-together sometime. Don't worry, I won't bring up the door incident again.
You're amazing, Granny. Next time I'll come with Kachina. And we'll bring some home-baked Saurus crackers and grain fruit chips along.
And some blaze meats too, and volcano cake too.
Sure. In that case, I'll go find Veressa and we'll make you some nice, juice or something.
You should stay off the bottle too, Granny. Isn't there some kind of sweet and sour soup that's all the rage with the Masters of the Nightwind right now?
Wait a minute, what exactly is going on here? Your attitudes towards each other are changing.
Wow, that's weird. What was I can't remember for the life of me. Can you, Mawika?
Something about wishing I'd drop by your workshop more often, and how grateful you are that I keep pushing you to achieve the... Life is like climbing a mountain. All the best views are at the top. You just give people that kind of...
Wait.
Pelea de chichona.
Just kidding. I'll try my best not to dump any more strange commissions on you.
How into that have you two... Snap out of it, people! It's like you're all under some kind of spell! Quick, Kanich, think of...
How? I owe you an apology, too. I've been too harsh.
It seems the evil power is completely gone. Were you the one who helped us?
What's up, job, bro?
Great job, Antu. Now that the sacred flame crystals have been cleansed, we can use them to cure your friend. Don't leave him hanging. Go tell him the good news. Thank you so much. All of you. This turned out even better.
See, told you it would all work out. Didn't I mention I'm an old hand at this whole argument game?
You were this close to spilling the beans.
Here, here. Even the kids of our tribe would have done a better job. Tell you what, we're lucky they don't speak our language.
I couldn't help it. Besides, how was I supposed to, criticize Kachina to her Lualani?
Actually, it was the same for me. Even though I knew it was all just an act, I didn't want to argue with you. Huh? So you were all just playing pretend? Ugh, boring. I'm going back to bed.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Now, all that's left are the ocean zephyrs, right? I heard on the way over that we'd already found some, so it shouldn't take long.
Everyone, over here!
And
We've gathered enough ocean zephyrs. I asked them to give them to me, but they wanted to bring them over themselves. So we came together. Here, I think this should be enough.
Just hang on a moment, everyone. I'll go mix the ingredients. Hey, Kakuku, dude, let's...
sure thing, bro. I got you, bro.
Y fue rápidamente la medicina y ahora el paso más importante.
This is it. The Mo-O Sacred Flame Crystal, forged by the will of many. Please.
Se gustan. Ya se va. No, no te vayas.
Cheer up, bro. It's always tough to lose a friend. But in this case, our parting is their reunion. Antu's already wandered the world for way too long. But now that you're all fixed up, he could be at peace. His final wish was to be reunited with his bro, and he's done that. We should be happy for him, just like he celebrated your recovery. Thanks a ton, everyone. With your help, I've been able to do what my ancestor could not. Not only did we save this little Saurian from his torment, we also made a historic contribution to the study of phlogiston-related diseases. As a physician, I'm honestly feeling touched.
Well said. Then without further ado, I hereby announce that the Bloomflower Trial. From my perspective, though, this competition had another meaning. Throughout the event, I didn't witness any arguments, scheming, or plotting for personal gain. Even without the threat of the Abyss, we're still as close as family. We've surpassed those who came before us, and in the future, our people will surely grow more united still. So, in keeping with our traditions, it's time for a celebration. Let's make this a lively one, people.
As it happens, I picked a whole batch of fresh vegetables just yesterday. I'll go get them.
Leave the meat to me.
And don't you dare skimp on it, Kanich.
I'll go gather the others. Many hands make light work. And besides, the best meals are always ones prepared together.
See you tonight, everyone.
See you tonight! Paimon's ready for a feast and a half.
El hechizo de la unidad, únete al banquete de la celebración. Es para... ¿Para dónde es? Para acá. Tarán, tan, tarán, tan, tarán, tarán. Es para allá. Hola, guapa. Jeje, qué bien, Mo ha conocido una nueva amiga. ¿Quién es Mo? Un pequeño saurio de nuestra tribu. Pero no está por aquí. Seguro que está en casa jugando con su nueva amiga. Creo que la pequeña vino a Fontaine. Es de estatura bajita y tiene una nariz muy linda. Jeje, aunque no es humana, ni entiende el idioma que habla Mo, parece que se lleva muy bien con él. Espero que se quede por mucho tiempo, así Mo estaría más alegre. ¿Te preocupas mucho por él? Sí, después de todo es un compañero que ha estado viviendo y combatiendo con nosotros. No podemos preocuparnos solo de la salud de los humanos, ¿no crees? Ah, se me olvidó presentarte, soy una investigadora que conoce bastante bien a los saurios. Algunos dicen que soy saurioteóloga, pero en realidad no hablo su idioma, simplemente puedo saber si no se encuentran bien o están tristes, fijándome en los detalles de sus movimientos. Puedes venir a buscarme si te encuentras con algún saurio que se comporte de forma anormal. Me esforzaré por encontrar el problema y darle una solución. Okay.
Don't worry, I always win anyway. Katina! Fancy a slice of volcano cake? I baked it myself. good.
Go ahead. I made this specially for you guys. Sweet cakes help people forget their worries. And I hope everyone could be happy every day.
Parece más contenta Kashina. ¿Ya no te preocupa lo que tenías en mente durante el torneo?
Yep, I'm feeling much better. I definitely wasn't sure about where my future lay for a while there. But reading through those old scrolls, I realized that the 6 tribes haven't always been so united. They used to argue a lot, and even I've never experienced anything like that. I can barely imagine such a harsh way of life. I love Natland the way it is today, and I love spending time with my friends. As Uncle Pakal once told me, the harder something is to come by, the more we should treasure it. So, I've decided to always do my best to help, and make sure my friends are happy. Most importantly, I want us all to stay united, forever and ever. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm gonna do that, but I can start with what I'm good at, like baking delicious crackers and cakes to share with everyone.
Kashina, qué buena eres, Kashina.
You know what? Paimon just had an idea. You could open a cake shop. That way Paimon will be able to enjoy your cakes even more often than she already does.
You really think so? I'll have to get Moalani to teach me how to run a shop then. Baking delicious desserts every day and making everyone smile. That does fix, guys. I think I might have found a new goal to work towards.
Mucho ánimo. Como profesora tuya estaré ahí para lo que necesites.
By the way, Paimon hasn't seen Aoife or that cuckoo thesaurus yet. Any idea where they went?
Before the party, I heard he was planning on heading up that hill to pay respects to his ancestor. They're not back yet.
If he doesn't get back soon, all the best food's gonna be gone. Guess we've got no choice but to take the cake with us and go check on them.
El hechizo de la unidad encuentra a Ifa. Es por acá. Es que está allá arriba. ¿Hasta dónde es? Ah, es hasta acá. Para allá. Es para allá. Ah, huevo.
Yo, ancestor man. Guess you. I have a Kukasaur companion too, so I totally get how you must have felt. First time I saw this dude, he was out in the wild, being bullied by other saurians because of his unusual appearance. He'd been pecked all over the place, bleeding from head to toe. He barely made it. I gave him some meds, and from then on, he just stuck to me like glue. Even wound up becoming my assistant.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, don't mention it, dude. Being on the road with me as a vet was never going to be an easy gig. One time when we were treating a sick saurian, Kakuku, he ran a high fever. And I searched everywhere for ingredients and did everything I could for him. But if he hadn't recovered, I know I'd have felt the same guilt you did. Luckily, he managed to pull through. And he even stayed by my side, helping me ever since. So yeah, Kakuku,
Hey, don't mention it, dude.
your medicine born of guilt Don't sweat it. We'll keep improving it as we go. You have my word. That way, no one else will ever have to feel the same guilt that you...
El hechizo de la unidad, misión completada.
Huh? Yo, bros. What brings you guys here?
Bringing her bros some cake, of course. Katina made these herself, you know. Baron.
For real? In that case, I gotta...
Oh, wow. That's awesome, bro.
Hey, save some for me.
Ah, es ese de allá, vale. Perfecto.
You're in for a little shock.
¡Ah! Era broma. Pidons. ¿Por qué me marca que aquí hay uno de esos? Voy a tener que regresar hasta allá. También que me la estaba pasando acá. Bueno, ya que. Espero que parezca la próxima vez. Ya no quedan muchas pistas. ¿Ocurre algo? ¿Quién eres? Si quieres saber más sobre el gremio, habla con Catherine. Ya eres una aventurera, lo siento, soy la jefa de esta división, pero poco me interesan los asuntos del gremio. Así que no conozco a los nuevos, pero a juzgar por la apariencia ya estás familiarizada con las aventuras, ¿cierto? Puedes ayudarme, pero tengo que advertirte, lo que voy a pedirte no tiene nada que ver con el gremio, es un encargo personal. ¿Qué encargo? Eres muy cuidadosa. ¿Te han tenido una trampa antes? En cuanto al encargo, me gustaría que te deshicieras de los Iluchurs muy fornidos que llevan escudos gigantes. Sus escudos están infundidos con poder geo. No son muy peligrosos, pero tampoco hay que confiarse de más. Solo tienes que vencerlos. Cuando termines, vuelve conmigo y te daré una recompensa razonable. Otra cosa, si encuentras el objeto relacionado con una espada, tráemelo. Si no, no pasa nada, olvídalo. Solo extermina los Silchurs y te daré la recompensa. Puedes estar tranquila. Están por acá. Entonces, vamos para allá.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Shake! Let it rain.
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this. Ah!
Huh?
Ah, todavía me faltó esto, ¿eh?
You've been a naughty boy. You're in for a little shock.
Perfecto. Ahora regresamos. ¿Los eliminaste? Ya me deshice de ellos. Muy bien. Tienes habilidad tal y como se espera de un aventurero. Esta es tu recompensa, hiciste un buen trabajo. Sin ellos, los alrededores serán más seguros. ¿No tuviste algún incidente relacionado con una espada? Ya veo, no importa, me lo imaginé. Gracias por tu esfuerzo. Esta es tu recompensa. Ya puedes ocuparte de tus asuntos. El que sigue, vamos a ver. Vamos allá. Llanura Willy.
Come a little closer. Blitz. Let's spark things up a little.
Perfecto.
Freeze!
Go, Baron Bunny! That's cheating!
You're in for a little shock. Blitz. You've been a naughty boy.
Perfecto. Agarro todo esto de aquí.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
¿Esta torre ha de tener algo? No lo sé. No lo creo. Completa el desafío protegiendo el molino de línea Slay 001. Ok, o sea, van a venir a atacarlo y tengo que defender. Perfecto. Van a aparecer de allá, ¿no? Ah, no, de acá. Acérquense, culeros. Ayúdame, culero. Órale, a ver al cine, güey. Oh, sí, güey. Venga, ya nada más me faltan dos. Excelente.
Speed of light.
Muy bien. Hola. Gracias. Por la ayuda. ¿Ayuda en algo? Estaba haciendo... del mapa. Me falta... A ver. No, para allá ya no puedo ir. Tengo que ir acá. A ver si me ayuda. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Dónde estoy? Bienvenida, me llamo Fujin. Soy un adeptus menor de estas tierras y esta pequeña tetera es mi residencia temporal. Pero si hace un momento estabas en la montaña, ¿se puede saber qué ha pasado? Lo siento, las invité a mi tetera sin previo aviso y sin darles ninguna explicación. Es un comportamiento inadecuado, lo lamento. Bueno, Paimon, ¿no cree que eso se le pueda llamar invitar? Adeptus Fujin hace lo mismo con todas las personas que vienen al Valle Shenju. Jeje, no, claro que no. Hoy en día mucha gente va y viene al Valle Shenju, pero al percibir a la alta compatibilidad de ustedes dos por las líneas espirituales de aquí, decidí invitarlas, mi hada madrina y Paimon. No nos conoces. Sus nombres han llegado hasta aquí gracias a los peces que nadan por los ríos, por lo que hacía tiempo que estaba esperando su llegada. Por desgracia, el momento no es el más oportuno, así que no podré invitarlas a un banquete y a tomar té. Hablando de eso, siento mucho impertinencia, pero me gustaría pedirles algo. Bueno, ¿de qué se trata? Solo estamos de paso. Gracias, imagino que ya habrán oído hablar de Aldea Xiaoyin, la famosa aldea de té del valle Chenyu. Es un lugar conocido por lo fragante té y sus fríos manantiales, así como por sus amelas gentes y los hermosos guijarros de sus ríos. Me temo que sí, pero últimamente el agua y la tierra del valle Shenyu han cambiado mucho, al igual que el olor del té. Si las cosas siguen así, la aldea Shinju no saldrá de esta. Por ello me gustaría pedirles que me ayudaran a revertir el agua y la tierra de la zona, aunque sigo habiendo agua por todas partes. No tengo poder suficiente y como pueden ver, no estoy en condiciones para moverme, así que no me queda más remedio que confiar en su buena voluntad. No tengo mucha experiencia con eso del agua y la tierra. ¿Por casualidad no tendrás algún problema que se pueda solucionar a porrazos? ¿No? Porque entonces mi hada madrina podría ayudarte. Jeje, con ustedes tan sinceras como cuentan, no se preocupen, son unas personas muy inteligentes. Estoy segura de que sabrán cómo solucionar el problema en cuanto lo valen. No entiendo muy bien el encargo, no entiendo a la perfección. Me encantaría decir que el viaje no sería interesante si sabes las respuestas a todas las preguntas, pero lo siento, será mejor que te confunda con este tipo de frases superficiales. Bien, mi hada madrina, deja que comparta contigo un poco del poder adéptico que mora en este mundo mortal. Te ayudaré a cruzar ríos, montañas y atravesar la bruma. Ah, por cierto, es un placer conocerte. ¿Eh? Quiero decir bienvenidas, bienvenidas al Valle Chenyu. Gracias, gracias, aunque de verdad solo estamos de paso. ¿Cómo que bienvenidas? Este es prácticamente un secuestro. Jeje, lo siento, me pudo el impulso de hablar con ustedes. Espero que puedan disculparme. Bueno, mi hada madrina, te he imbuido de poder adéptico, así que las cosas deberían resultar mucho más fáciles a partir de ahora. Bien, ¿qué tal si pruebas por ti misma las maravillas del poder adéptico? En el valle Shenyu a veces encontrarás con estas asombrosas gotas de agua que están suspendidas en el aire por haber absorbido poder adéptico. Si usas el poder adéptico de Fuyin, podrás transformarte en una carpa dorada durante un breve periodo de tiempo para entrar en dichas gotas. Si te detienes en una gota, podrás escoger hacia dónde quieres ir. También puedes mantener pulsado el botón de saltar para salir. De este modo, serás como la legendaria carpa dorada y te moverás libremente por los bosques y las montañas. Muy bien. A ver, voy a salirme tantito del multijugador. Ay, cabrón. No olvides contarle algo importante si por casualidad ven una duda. Oye, güey. La aldea Chunganshun de las montañas. El mundo se abre para aquellos de noble corazón. ¡Órale! Ve a la aldea de Xinhuanyang Shang. Ah, mira una tortuga. ¿Y esto qué es? El poder adéptico.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
No sé qué es. Una pinche morrilla. Suspira, por fin llegas. ¿O ocurre algo? Oh, joven ama, ¿es usted la hija del director del gremio de comerciantes de Feiyun? Qué raro, según los rumores he oído, el director solo tiene hijos varones. Te equivocas de persona. Solo venimos a investigar. Yo solo soy una simple sirvienta. Esta que viene conmigo es la verdadera. Deja de decir sandeces, señor. No le haga caso. Vaya, así que no es usted la joven ama del gremio. Siento el malentendido al ver su atuendo tan a la moda y la compañera voladora que la acompaña. Me parece que eran ustedes muy diferentes a nosotros. Pensé que serían de Liyue y que querrían hablar de algo con nosotros. Como mi apellido Lu, en la aldea la gente me llama señor Lu. Suspira, siento no poder recibirlas como es debido con un té. Pero es que este año la cosecha ha sido muy mala. Seguro que los adeptos no estarán contentos con la ceremonia del té de este año. Pero señor Lu, ¿eso que tiene ahí no son hojas de té? Ah, esas no son de buena calidad, no puedo usarlas.